Oh, she romanced you.
She romanced me.
Got it.
Is it weird to you? I mean, I'm still kind of trying to get comfortable with it.
Did she hold the door for you?
Yo, no, we not.
I could see a pedicure.
Would you?
Depends on his feet.
That could be Mara's feet, and you can do it.
No way, you about to be cutting up my hands.
Yo, what's going on? This is
the Tim and Tam talk. All right, look, bring it home. Let's get into this.
We're gonna have a lot of great conversations. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you again for being with us tonight here on Tim and Tam Talks podcast, The Back Pew. We really appreciate it. My name is Tim.
And I'm Tam. What's up, y'all?
What's up, Tam? How are you this week?
Listen, is the money like when will I hit the lottery? Is this the week?
If this is the week one of us hit it, all I'm asking for is just a little small piece of the pie, please.
I got you. So, like, you want me to write out the check for $5, or do you want it like all bills?
$5 is all you offering?
Oh,
man, that's tough. That's tough, man. I thought you would have going to say at least 5,000.
I mean, you never know how far those $5 foot-long bills can go. You just don't know.
We're going to make it stretch. We're going to definitely make it stretch. That $5, you can just give it to me in long $1 bills, please. I got you.
Say less.
Hey, y'all, we want to thank you guys again for coming back to our normal night, Tuesday nights, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, just kicking it with us. Here where we talk pop culture. We talk all things pop culture. We talk all things current events. And we just like to get a glimpse of what you guys are thinking. So don't be shy. Go ahead. Join the conversation by commenting below. We just thank you so much for being with us. Don't also forget to click the follow or subscribe or the like button as well. So you can share this episode with your friends. They can join the conversation, because that's one thing that we do here at the Back Pew Conversation. We have a lot of good conversations, right, Tam?
Yeah, that's right. You never know what you're going to get.
Never know. So we're going to dive right in. We got a few little topics to talk about. So we're going to talk about the Cheesecake Factory date. So if you have been on Instagram, on social media, anywhere, you've probably seen a video circulating of a young woman who was taken out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. And this woman harshly rejected the Cheesecake Factory as being a suitable date. So, Tam, what we got on the docket tonight about this Cheesecake Factory mess?
Listen, let's get into the video.
There. Just need to find some parking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory. You know?
Nothing. I'm just talking to my girls.
Okay. Tell them I said hi.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant.
Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Not
I
at the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
And then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I
Yeah.
can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again,
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay,
I don't know yet.
and then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I
mean,
got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See,
I know you
specifically
didn't.
told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs
I understand.
for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment.
And
that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even get...
Okay. Cringe. It was more to this video, but guys, like, I'm cringing over here. I'm gonna narrate the rest. He said, all right, we're not getting nothing to eat at all. I'm about to take you home. And that's how it ended. And she's like, oh, well, we can't compromise. Are you sure? Like, let's go back to this restaurant that you had on the phone. He's like, no, the compromise was you had me in the car an hour and I was waiting on you and I had to decide fast, where else can we go get something to eat? This was the compromise. So he ended up taking her home, and that's how the video ended. I'm gonna alley this to you, Tim. As a man, how you feel watching this video?
Super cringeworthy. I thought that little man was not going to be able to survive that lady, but he stood up for himself and took her home. She was wrong on so many levels. I just don't like any of it. I don't like how she treated him. She wasn't even really paying him any attention. She's, of course, trying to get likes and all this other stuff. So she's focused on her hair and playing with her hair. She don't really give two nothings about this man. She really just was trying to use and manipulate this man. And so I'm glad he got out. Like, look at, and just to think she's so above herself and above the Cheesecake Factory to say, I mean, look at me. Do you see what I look like? And you're taking me, of all people, to the Cheesecake Factory? Who are you? That's my question. So, I mean, hey, I'm gonna definitely dish it back. We got a few things that people are chiming in on.
Yeah, let's get to some of these comments. So Peter said his wife's beautiful, and he told her to go to the Cheesecake Factory, she'd be all smiles. Now, Jennifer came in and said, she's like, I love someone to take me out regardless of where it is. I'm just happy I'm out with them. And then Peter came back and said, she wasn't even expecting him to reject her. She's very manipulating.
Very much.
Yes. Cecile agrees with you that she was absolutely wrong. And then your lovely wife says she ain't even that attractive. And I hate to be that way, but girl, the dress and the lipstick was not given. Humble yourself.
Definitely sounds like something she would say.
Uh-oh. An innocent comes in and calls her Jada, gives Jada vibes, very manipulative.
Yeah.
So let's get into my thoughts, right?
Oh,
so
hold on. Jennifer says she wasn't all that. Right.
Okay. Exactly. So I agree with what everyone is saying. Obviously, being a woman, what I feel like oftentimes when women are wrong, we feel like other women are going to be wrong with us in that pit. And this is absolutely not one of those scenarios. I've been seeing things on Facebook where it's like a lady, she's sitting with like a table full of food. And she's like, me and my man at the Cheesecake Factory, right? So for me and myself, Cheesecake Factory is not below me. There are some things that are absolutely below my standard. Cheesecake Factory, honestly, getting to know, it's not like he invited you to go to Applebee's or Chili's. Like, it's not like he invited you to go to get coffee. Like, and the fact that he still decided to go out with you after you made this man wait an hour for you, you were inconsiderate of his time. Me personally, I wouldn't have waited an hour on anybody. And it's our first time. Now, the stuff that he was saying in terms of like, you didn't invite me into your house, that was a little cringeworthy for when he was saying that. I was like,
yeah,
you
didn't invite me in.
You wasn't holding my hand and you invite me in the house. Like, what is that about? Like, I didn't agree with what he was saying when he started to say that. And there were a couple buzzwords he was saying. He was giving me Kevin Samuels for a second. He was giving me.
I'm glad you brought Kevin Samuels up because that's the only kind of men that's gonna approach that young lady from now on.
Yeah.
Because now she done gone viral with this whole mess. So now when you go out in person, like, you're not really going to have the real dudes coming after you. They're not going to want to come after you. You're going to get the dudes that's going to just want to take advantage of you because of how you look, because you threw that in there. You put yourself out there and said, look at me. I'm too fine to go to Cheesecake Factory of all places.
Listen, I try not to talk about people, but the fact that she kept being so vain I'm so vain, this is why you shouldn't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. That to me is like, girl, what do you think your value is? And just because you think your value is there, it's not really about you. It's like how people feel around you, right? And what you're putting out there is absolutely, she makes the woman folk, she makes us look bad. But fellas, we are not all that way, right? Please do not believe we are all that way. Because I know it's some guy that's watching this and just like, see, I told you this, but it's not all of us. Let's just keep it simple. This is just her. She's on this island by herself. And if you're looking at the comments on social media, you'll see she's really on that island by herself. I've not seen one person agree with her, whether it be male or female. We are not agreeing with this behavior.
She should have went and got the $1 margaritas and loosened up. Facts.
He did the right thing. He took her home. I told my cousin who had commented on this video, I told him I would have took her to McDonald's got her a small fry, extra salt, because she was being salty on this little date, and it would have took her right on home.
Yeah, she deserved to go home. But I want to get back to a question I have for you specifically, Tim. If you're not beneath the Cheesecake Factory, viewers want to know, what are you beneath? Because you mentioned like Chili's and Applebee's, like they like Chili's and Applebee's is something bad, and Chili's and Applebee's is kind of dope.
I can't. If I'm not taking you serious, we can absolutely hit up these spots, because these are honestly though it's not really a lot of thought. I like places where you actually have to plan. For me, like places where you have to get a reservation, you intentionally have to plan, right? And when I think about somebody that I'm doing life with, they have to know how to plan, because they have to plan a future with me, right? I don't want somewhere where you can just pop up, show up. That to me isn't really showing me the character who you are. It's honestly, it's not exactly about the restaurant. It's the science and the intentionality of the planning. Does that make sense?
Okay. That makes sense. Also coming from the woman who values hypergamy.
I do.
If y'all don't know what hypergamy is, look it up in a dictionary.
We're gonna have to do a whole hypergamy episode, and we're gonna have to get your boy, whoever left
Maurice
that comment.
Ashby. Shout out to Mo. What's up, Mo?
Get Maurice on the show, because he don't know we beefing, but not really, because it's all love. But yeah, I would love to have him on the show so we can break it down and talk about it.
Definitely. Look forward to it. So what we got next on the docket?
I want to be so good to you that you...
Jumping into it. So we got a 50-50 conversation. I know y'all love those.
Let's go. I'm interested in hearing about this.
But the topic is, can 50-50 actually help? Can 50-50 actually help build a man? So this young lady, she talks about it. I don't want to tell you what she said. I'm going to let you hear what exactly she's talking about, and then let's break it down.
I want to be so good to you that you desire nothing more than to take care of me. Because you pick the man that you will be willing to go 50-50 with, and then you position him to take care of you if he's not able to do it at that time. So, or if he was able to do it and then something happened and he's not able to do it at that time anymore, the goal is to get you back in a position where you take care of me. And I want to be so good to you that you desire nothing more than to take care of me. So what can I do to help you be repositioned in life so that you can take care of me? So if that looks like we go 50-50 for the next year and a half, 2 years, and we work our plan until you're back where you need to be, that's fine.
Gotta love these 50-50 conversations. I don't think I've ever heard it like this, and I'm happy to talk about it, because I know, Tim, you had a 50-50 post just last week that I would look. I didn't want none of that smoke on your post, but I was definitely reading the comments.
It was pretty spicy a little bit.
So I want to get your thoughts on this, because I already know how you feel about 50-50, but from her perspective, do you feel like there is some value in what she said?
It sounds like she was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, that she was pretty much saying that she would be okay with doing 50-50 with a man in order to, in a particular season, if it was necessary, in order to build that man back up to him being the natural provider that he sounds like he typically is. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It just goes this way for me when it comes to 50-50. Me personally, it's not something that I would want to do. It's not something that I expect to do. I expect to be the provider of my family, my home, and to take care of them to the best of my ability, however that looks. It doesn't look like 50-50, and I don't intend for it to, but I'm pretty sure in a situation like that, if push come to shove, if things happen, if circumstances happen, and that was required, I don't think that my wife would be resentful, especially knowing that my character is to provide, and that's my natural being to provide. So
speaking of your wife actually commented.
Really?
She did. She says, sounds like she's making plans for what she wants and is willing to put in the work for the final result. She says she followed up with, I'm not mad at it.
Exactly. It sounds that's 100% accurate too. Um, it's, that she sees the bigger picture, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
common goal, and
Mm-hmm.
so if that's required in that to get to that final result, so that that man can come back and say, listen, remember when you used to hold me down when we were doing 50-50? Hey, you can rest now because I got it. I'm back. We back to like 90-10 or 80-20 or whatever. However a person structure it, or however a couple structure it for their home. Every home is different, so it shouldn't be an expectation that it should be 50-50 or whatever. It's based upon your household. That's how I feel.
Peter commented, he said, I'm not a 50-50 guy, but in regards to what she said, you have to know your guy. I feel like ladies should reserve this type of energy if they truly feel the man is honestly in love and is genuine. Some people will let you invest in them and then run.
Hmm.
Woo.
That's
Okay. Janelle, what's up? Why are you late? See you have one
yo.
job.
What up, Janelle?
You have one job. Well, welcome. All right, so let's get into what I think about this whole situation because I'm gonna be the oddball in the classroom, right? You already know how I feel the same way you feel about 50-50. And when it comes to these topics, it's really sensitive because you're not to Peter's point, you're not always sure who you're investing in, right? People may say they're one thing, but in reality, they're not that way. And to her point, she's saying, well, if I pour into this man, I'm going to pour in him so much that he is going to automatically just have these feelings of wanting to take care of me. And the crazy thing about that, and I got to be honest, is you cannot give a man intentionality.
Mm,
He just has to have it.
hmm
He has to be born with it. He has to be that type of man because there is this notion that all men want to be providers and all men want to take care of their women. But the reality of that is, I hate to speak for men, but in this case, I'm pretty sure I'm accurate to say that all men do not think alike, right? All men
that's accurate.
they don't think alike, right? And when you think about investing and pouring into a partner and saying, okay, yeah, we're gonna work our plan and I'm gonna make these sacrifices with him because, and if I make these sacrifices and I push him to his goals and dreams, when he gets there, he's going to look after me. And that's not always the case. And the problem with us women is that we're naturally nurturers. We're automatically that. And sometimes we nurture the wrong people, right? We pour into the wrong people and we pour water into soil thinking that it's going to flourish, thinking that it's going to grow. But sometimes we're pouring water into just mud. They never planted a seed for themselves. And you're just left muddy at the end of the day. So I have issue with what she said. I hear what she says and I get why she said it, but I have issue in always thinking that in connectivity with someone, it don't have to be a man, it could be a woman too, but in connectivity with someone, that if you support them, that does not guarantee that once they get to their destination, that they're going to do the right thing and support you in return. So that's where I have some pause with it. But at the end of the day, like I tell y'all, I'm just a person on podcast. These are my thoughts and these are my opinions. So you live your best life. All right.
Absolutely.
More comments come through. Who you got?
So we got the Janelle live. Can you repeat the question, please? So Janelle, we were just watching a video on can 50-50 build up men, and we had watched a video where a young lady was saying that she would be willing to help her man go by going 50-50 in a season to build him back up. And so there have been comments, even Peter made a comment saying, you can invest in someone and they can run. How do you know if that person is intentional about growing with you, building with you, working your plan, and you don't know? And so you just have to be very careful on who you build with, who you decide to build with. Intentionality is something that you're born with. It's not something that you can just develop over. I mean, it's just not there. If you truly are someone who is intentional about being there for someone, making the right choices, and really working a plan, then then you can have faith in that person is going to be there to really see you rise above where you might have been before, but y'all can get to the finish line. And then, hey, next thing you know, we back to the regular plan. The regular plan is, hey, me as the man, I'm the provider. That's what I naturally do. You can rest now. You can focus on other things. If you want to go back to school, go back to school. If you want to start your own business, use that money that you have. You're not in grind mode over here right now. We know you out of that season, and that's the things that we kind of talking about now. So we got another comment real quick from my man Jay. What's up, cuz? My wife made way more money than me, but I hustled to provide, and God took care of my family.
I love
That's
that.
real, that's real dope. That's real dope. It's real humble to even, even as a man, is humbling to say, hey, my wife made more money than me. I mean that. Not every man can do that, and not every man's ego is gonna be, you know, okay with that. And so that's dope right there, man. And just knowing that you still hustle, because even if your wife make more money, she won't lose respect for you if you grind it. If you still on your grind, that woman not going a good woman not going to disrespect you. It's the ones that want to lay around, the ones that don't want to do nothing, don't have any ambition, don't want to help or assist or be a partner for them. That's where you lose respect. And so that's where like it's not about that. It's about the pot is all of ours. It's not
Mhm.
50-50. It's 100% going into the same pot.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to view it.
Yeah. And that's what Jennifer was saying. She said, I'm not a 50-50. I'm a 100 kind of person. I'm all in or I'm not.
It's real.
Innocent came back and said, he said, my idea of 50-50 relationship doesn't mean when you pay for the meal, I should pay for half and you pay for half. Or when we're in a taxi, everybody pays their own. No, my idea of 50-50 is when you pick me up in those dark, broke days. And when it's my turn, I do the same. I love that. I
Okay.
love it.
Different type of spin. That's okay. I like that. I like that. Janelle Live. The 50 that a woman can give has to be within the parameters of what God has graced women to invest into men. That's where we fail as women. We don't know where our power lies as a helpmate suitable. Okay. All right.
I like it.
Last but not least, my beautiful wife. I'm all about whatever works. What's going to get us where we need to be? Yep. True ride or die for sure. All the way.
Wrapping this up, Tim, what do you think? What do you think holistically? Do you feel like women should it's a tricky question. Do you feel like women should be okay with 50-50? Do you feel like there are certain cases where it should be okay? Or do you feel like as a man you're just like, nah?
I just feel like everything is communicated.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Communication is key. So whatever the expectation is, if if the man comes in and says, "Hey, I'll take care of the bills, you take care of the house," for example, if that's the expectation, you just stick to it. If you have to come back at some point because because we living in a shaky economy where everything's so expensive now, and now it's, hey, the income is staying the same, but everything going up. So now, hey, as much as I was doing 80-20, maybe I got to switch it to the 50-50 for right now. And you
Yeah.
had those conversations to see if that's acceptable to her. And it just depends. I mean, it's just all about communication more than anything.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel like I despise 50-50 conversations. I know we have to talk about them because that's what our community talks about. And the only way for us to progress as a community is for us to really identify what's helpful in our home.
Yeah.
I know it's tough, right? I know because I see the comments. Why we still talk? Because we haven't provided an amicable solution for both sides. We haven't done that. I feel like we've gotten to this place where we as a community, like Peter's saying, like he's like 2 nickels and a dirty dime. We all got 2 nickels and a dirty dime, and we just not realizing it. And anytime we talk about holding on to those 2 nickels and a dirty, it gets a little spicy.
Let me ask you a question really quick. Other cultures, look at other cultures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do other cultures have conversations about 50-50 more than us?
No.
That should be something telling there. Look at other cultures on how the men have always been more dominant as far as providing for their family. This isn't a conversation with other cultures. So sometimes we got to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, why are we having the same conversations why are we having these same conversations about something so silly and asinine, which is about 50-50? How are we splitting the money? No, if we're going to talk about 50-50, just bring in one word. It's called selfishness. That's it.
Yeah.
Because why would you be so worried about how much I can hold on to when it's supposed to be going into one pot, which should be a common goal of taking care of your family, providing for your family, and growing towards whatever the goals are for your family.
Yeah.
So if we keep having this same conversation, it's us as a people that can't get past this stuff.
Yeah. I agree with Janelle when she talked about like these conversations. It's really about understanding like what we're supposed to show up as, and when we identify how we're supposed to show up as a woman, as a man, we wouldn't need to have, all right, how can I help you show up as you? Like I shouldn't be like, how can I help you show up as you? You should just know how to show up. And when you know how to show up, guess what? I can 100% show up as how I'm supposed to show up rather than showing up as 60% of me and 40% of you, and you're showing up as 40% of me and 60% of you, and then there's so much unbalance that where we're carrying things that we shouldn't be carrying, and it's heavy because we shouldn't be carrying it. So I agree with you. You're right. Other cultures are not having these conversations because I feel like other cultures have a culture and they know how to show up because it's been modeled in oftentimes in communities, broken homes, whatever the thing is, it's not modeled. So when it's not modeled, guess what? We're having to create stuff out of thin air. And what we say goes, because our highest thought is our own highest thought. It's not the Bible these days. It's what we think is right. And what we think is right is not working, right? So I agree.
Yeah, that's it. That's really it. I mean,
Look, it got
this could
deep.
be
I
a
see
conversation.
comments coming.
It could be a conversation forever because it's the same thing. I'm not a woman. I'm only a man. I can only speak from a man's point of view, but I'm tired of hearing men have the conversation about it more than anything. Like, yo, like, what kind of man are you? Like, at the end of the day, like, what do you put on first? I mean, do you put your skirt on in your pants? Like, what are you doing, man? Like, real talk. What are you doing?
We
Like,
just got here. You're gonna get us canceled already by the men. Hey, don't leave. Y'all don't leave.
I'm messing with y'all, but still, it's just frustrating as a man who strives to, like, truly strives in his heart and tries even going to work to try to alleviate as much as I can as a man.
Yeah.
And just wouldn't be satisfied if I got to see the person next to me working to the bone just to make ends meet. It's just as a man,
You're
it's
not
just not like
concerned
that.
your wife is going to, you're paying all these bills. You're not concerned your wife is just going to save all her money up and spend her money and you're not going to be left with anything.
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense, man. So what we got next on the docket, Miss Tam?
Listen, I'm gonna go back and read y'all comments. We're not trying to breeze past y'all. We appreciate y'all for commenting. If you're new here, go ahead and click that like, subscribe button. We love to see you. We love to have these conversations with. They get pretty deep, but they don't get deep. Yeah, but we love y'all. All right, so let's get into this next conversation because it's talking about trapped in the closet, and we're not talking about R. Kelly. All right, today we're gonna be talking about kids.
Okay.
All right, so it's a whole situation with a teacher who puts her kids in the closet, but I'll let her explain what she's actually doing because we got the video. Let's get into it.
Have a closet in my classroom, and I would have the kids one at a time go into the closet, and then they would come out and share with the class what their sexual orientation is. So of course we would celebrate, and I would give the kids that identify as 2SLGBTQIA plus a cupcake, a rainbow cupcake. The kids that came out and said they were straight, I didn't give them anything because they're just contributing to a heteronormative society.
What in the heck, man?
I gotta love these topics. All right, so the teacher is rewarding kids who are coming out of the closet as a LGBTQIA. She named some other stuff that I don't know, and I'm not trying to be offensive. Okay, but what the crap? What the crap?
You know what? This is just crazy. I'm telling you, I don't understand this. The world we live in is super insane. I mean, this is the agenda that they are pushing onto our kids in so many ways in the TV shows and the YouTube videos and on TikTok. They're trying to push this LGBTQ mentality into our kids, not even giving them an opportunity to even be themselves. It's just pushing something onto them. That's what it just seems like. It's just ridiculous. And to be an educator on top of that, an educator, you're supposed to be an educator. You're not supposed to sway your opinion for kids and bring them out of the closet and reward them for being, homosexuals. And that to me is evil, straight up.
I completely agree. And I think this conversation honestly is a bigger conversation just because when you take religion, you take the church out of the schools and then you add all of these other things, the smorgasbord of things to expose our kids to on such at such young levels. Like I seen a video where it was like a geography teacher. She had like a pride flag up over the map, right? So there's so many different dialogues that I feel like we should be having around what our kids are being taught and exposed to in our schooling system. And it's just a deeper conversation. I don't personally agree with it. I'm not saying, I gotta say, we don't hate anybody. All right, let's just throw that out there. People get quick to what do you mean? Okay, let me tell you what I mean. I don't agree with our kids being exposed to things, one, that I'm not teaching them at home, and two, it's not a part of the core curriculum.
Exactly.
That's
point.
it.
That's it for me too. It's not a part of the core curriculum. Those conversations need to be held at home, not at school.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make sense. And I understand. So even with the Janelle Live, the topic is still a valid one that needs to be discussed. But yeah, she stays clowning liberals and she's hilarious. I mean, yes, it is a conversation that needs to be had, but where it needs to be had is just as important, and it needs to be had at home, not in the classroom. Peter, I just don't think it's the place of the school to do that. The job is to promote and provide an inclusive environment for everyone. Race, religion, orientation, but fourth grade for me is inappropriate. Yes, 100% agree.
What's up, Soulful Vibes 365? Welcome.
What's good? What's good? Thank you for joining. Miss Jennifer, I want to lock her in the closet. A hot one with no water. Okay, that's
that was a little extreme, Jennifer.
you forgot to just so you know, this is a Christian podcast. Okay?
you know you're not typing this anonymous, right?
No.
I don't care.
Everybody's welcome, and your comments are welcome, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Innocent, if you really are innocent. We have a lot of things that kids can be taught. These kind of conversations must be at home. Janelle, sex education is not for the school system. Agreed.
I
Definitely.
agree. I agree. I agree.
Yes. So, it definitely should be held at home. So I think we can, I think we can agree on that.
All right, let's get into the next topic, which is one that I hope was a parody, but there was a video circling around the internet over a woman ordering 3 orders of oysters and then a full on entree. I think we actually have that video, so let's actually get into it.
Yeah, so today I linked with this nigga I met a few weeks ago out with my friends. This nigga been texting me for weeks talking to himself. Why I didn't block him, bitch, I don't know. But today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah, meet me here. They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content, come on. It's so good. Y'all, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat. And I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie. No, I wouldn't have did all that. But I did do all that. They was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. It was just so good. Like, I had to. It was so good. So after that, I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat? These potatoes, they were so good. And the crab cakes, everything was so good. 10, baby. Why the fuck this bitch ass nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The fuck? I'm like, hold the fuck on. It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes, bitch. What the fuck this nigga at? Had to end up grabbing a tab, bitch. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah, bitch, I'm so glad bitch keep me some money, cause what? That was crazy to me. And I said, bitch, you running out on the tab. He talking about, I'm offering you to drink. The fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, first of all, forgive the vulgar language because I didn't realize how vulgar that was. That was a mess.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Janelle.
Oh my gosh. Hey, here at the back pew where we have raw, authentic conversations.
Listen, we on the back pew for real today. Cause what?
Oh
Okay.
My gosh.
So we have this video. I don't even know what to call that. Cause first of all, why is she slurping on the video like that? I was about to cut it off. I'm like, I don't even get to the end.
What corner did he find her on?
And then I thought she had how many things of oysters? Was it 4 or 5? Yeah,
I think it was 4. It was 4 because she said by the 4th one he was looking at me crazy. By the 2nd one I would have been looking at you a little crazy. I mean, that was wrong on so many levels. That was wrong.
Let's get into some of these comments. Janelle says, first off, yuck. Second, he probably left because how she was slurping.
Yeah.
And she goes, I will not only dump her, but what do you say? She gonna settle the bill first.
Woo. Yeah, that was messed up. Like that lady was so messed, just nasty. Girl, we are not on your side.
Okay.
We are not on your side.
I'm embarrassed. Watching that video, I was embarrassed. Like, I was literally just like, oh my gosh.
Disgusting. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, so getting back to the question, can a woman overorder on a date? I am gonna say emphatically yes. Yes, you can. I have an experience. I have an experience that I will even bring up.
Oh well, let's get into it.
I told this story on the podcast where I was interviewing my now wife. And so when I interviewed her a year and a half ago on this, she asked me a question. She said, "What's the most that you ever spent on somebody on a first date? Let's talk about it." I said it was about 275. It was 225. 225. It was 225. And it was a lot of money because this lady was like over ordering. She ordered like extra food for her kids, like a second dessert. Like she went over and beyond. And I felt like, why are you ordering all this food for your kids? Why are you taking a second dessert? Like there has to be some type of decorum about yourself. And I don't think you would have done that if it would have just been you having to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like that. So I think, yes, I think sometimes women, y'all know y'all have y'all needs for us guys in different ways. And, you got your guy that you want to hang out with or go out with because he going to provide that nice little dinner, the nice little meal. Oh, I got a free meal out of it. Y'all had those. And so you're going to get the nicest thing on the menu. And that's cool. It is what it is.
Peter said, phew, I spent $200 range. It could have been 125, but she went crazy. I paid her, never call her back. Did she get a second date, Tim? The person you're talking about?
She did not get a second date. No.
Is that the reason?
No, that was one reason. The other reason, she just was all about herself.
Yeah.
Too full of herself. Similar to that Cheesecake lady.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Manners and home training. Jennifer says it's total opposite. I order the cheapest thing. Girl, why?
Why? No, you ain't got to do that.
Don't do that.
You
just order what you would normally order.
Exactly. Like, ain't nobody telling you gotta get like an appetizer or
she got the salad.
Like, she got
no croutons, please.
You can hold the tomatoes.
You're like, you want some Parmesan? No, it's okay.
Okay. And I like to drink a water, please.
No
ice.
Jennifer. No.
Jennifer, don't short yourself and say you buy the cheapest thing on the menu.
Yeah, you go home making a sandwich before bed. Like this. Okay.
We try to help you out, Jennifer. Don't just
do the
basic. He gonna think he got him a simple one. Like, man, she all right. Knowing she wanted to
even order nothing. She good. No, she said, I just don't want to come across any kind of way. I'll take the $12.99 dinner and maybe 2 drinks.
$12.99? Where y'all going at? Golden Corral?
Hold on. She said, followed it up with, I'll even get the tip.
Fellas, you got one out here. She didn't get the tip.
Jennifer. Okay, how you feel about this, Tim? When a lady gets the tip, do you feel like she should, or do you feel like, girl, why are you getting a tip?
No. I mean, I would get it all, but if she like offered it, I'd be like, oh, that was a nice gesture. It was a nice gesture.
Yeah.
But I got it.
Jennifer, are you single, Jennifer? Because listen, I know some men out here would love a woman like you.
Just out here taking care of you getting $12.99 meals.
Like, oh, you got the bill, babe? I'll get the tip.
I'll get the tip.
That's relationship stuff.
Jennifer looking for love. She said she's looking for love. She ready to get She ready to get married. She said, "I'll even get a tip."
Listen, and look, she said I'm divorced. Actually, okay.
Hey,
Fellas,
Car-
if you're watching this, we got a real one. Got a real one in the comments. All right, let's get into. I was like, I feel like we left a comment
you let
lingering.
you got a comment lingering. What we got?
No, it was one that said she knew she wasn't getting a second date, so she said, "I'm gonna get a meal for my kids."
Oh yeah, see, y'all do that.
Never did. They'll say y'all. Just say. I was gonna say something derogatory. I'm gonna leave those women, whoever they may be, because you picked her.
So you mean to tell me you've never done that?
I've never done that. I've never done that ever. And oftentimes I've gone and not eaten. Like I will go to a nice restaurant for the ambiance and won't really order anything. I've literally sat and watched somebody eat before. Especially if I'm not interested in you, I'm probably not going to order a meal. You looking crazy, but I've literally done that. I've literally left somebody sitting at the table because I knew within the first 10 minutes this isn't going anywhere. And I'm not very good at pleasantries these days.
That is very honorable of you. I'm very happy to hear that you don't do that.
Listen, Peter, you shooting your shot. What's going on in the comments?
No, Peter definitely is not shooting his shot to Jennifer.
Nah, he has a wife.
Happily married.
He's happily married. He says, Jennifer, you're a unicorn. We may need to study you so we can find out how to duplicate you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny. No, it's curious to see how a man thinks about these things, like taking a woman on a date. I know, like, typically, if you're a good man, obviously it's your responsibility to pay that bill, right? So I guess women, we could be mindful. I'm like, I just order what I would normally order, right? I never go overboard. I've never been on a date and took a meal home for my kids or any of that craziness. Like, you didn't feed your kids before you went on this date. Like, there's questions that I need to ask now because that's a little bit concerning. That's very much concerning.
She really said, "Do you mind if I order something for my son?" His daddy didn't get him food tonight. I said, "Oh,
not the guilt trip."
The guilt trip, yes. I said, all right. You got this little kid, sea bass. What he need a sea bass?
The kid ain't eat no sea bass.
He needed a cheeseburger. You got him sea bass. No, that was you. Well, that was for the man at home.
Some quinoa.
I was paying for somebody's nice meal that night. That was terrible.
Her husband's.
Her husband's, yeah. It's okay, baby. I'll get you some dinner.
I got you dinner. I brought you dinner after my business meeting.
My business meeting. Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh, man. Some people out here winning.
Tim said, for real, Lord.
I'm doing it wrong. Shoot. Oh man. All right, what y'all think about this whole situation? What's the most guys that you spent on a date, and how much is too much? Leave us your comment.
Oh yeah, this will be interesting. I would love to hear how much have you guys really spent on your first date? That would be a really good one. I want to see. I want to see if y'all went a little bit more than your boy, because, whew, it's expensive.
All right, so we got one last topic, which can be a little bit sticky.
Literally sticky, right? What is it?
Oh boy! So the topic is: do you poo or poop in front of your lady? So I want to get into this because Ocho Cinco was actually, who was he talking to? He's talking to gosh, why can't I think of the guy's name? We have the video, don't worry about it. He was actually talking about pooing in front of his lady, and if you don't do it, that's a problem. So let's actually get into the video.
doing that?
Man, stop playing. You left a girl for that?
The bathroom right there.
She got to get up and go out the room just to
Go.
pass gas?
Don't do that. That's disrespectful, man. Stop
Oh,
playing.
you tripping. Baby, let that shit out. And listen, I graded too. When she let one out, okay, that was about a 4 right there. When she used the bathroom, she got to close the door too?
She goes into the bathroom in front of a woman. I don't do that. I don't pass. Hell no.
Listen, let me tell you what my grandma told me now. The minute she can use the bathroom and leave the door open, that's the one.
She can't do that.
This
That
one
ain't
right
the
here,
one.
I knew she was the one. When she fought in the front of me, oh yeah.
No.
That's how you...
I broke up with a girl. Okay.
All right, guys. We gotta end it on something stupid. So let's end it on this crappy situation. No pun intended. So Tim, I know this can be a little bit nasty. We like to think that women we don't do number 2 because we're just dainty and sweet and we smell like roses. But
you.
do you and your lady use the restroom with the door open?
I'm going to answer that for you right now. My wife says, I need my privacy. Heck no. And she would be 100% accurate. We do not do that in front of each other. We do not. No. She have her privacy in the bathroom. When she's in the bathroom, I'm in the living room. I don't even come close. And when I'm in there, I have the faucet turned on so you don't hear the war that's going on in my stomach. Jesus, it's massive. So I got to turn the water on.
Are you serious?
So,
what is the water doing? Just to drown out the war zone?
I don't want you hearing those noises, so I want you to hear one.
It would kill me. You cut the water on so you don't hear. You blooping?
Yes. It's none of her business. It's mine.
Y'all are married. Y'all are one. What you mean? That's all. That is all.
We won, but we ain't that one. We ain't got to be that pasty, okay?
Y'all supposed to be like this. Y'all got to go to therapy. This is ridiculous.
We ain't got to talk about that in therapy. That is, listen. We have never done that to each other, and listen, we were made for each other. So just because
even know each other,
Ocho said in the video, he like, man, that's when I knew she was the one when I was able to just pass gas in front of her. No. That's all well and good. Go ahead, Ocho, do your thing. I ain't had to know all that. No, you keep that in the bathroom. I'll keep it in the bathroom. We good.
You got to get the starter trial before the nursing home.
No.
The starter package.
No.
You gotta get the starter package.
Not necessary. Look. All right, Mahad, what's up, B? Nah, I can't in front of my woman. We gotta have some boundaries. Farting is cool. Maybe.
Oh.
LOL, but with the door open, that's a different type of comfortability right there. Yeah, pooping in front of your woman is a super different type of vulnerability that you gotta have with her. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I know with my body, what comes out of my body, I don't want my wife looking at me different.
What are you eating? Okay.
I'm just playing with y'all, man. I'm just playing.
Okay. Listen, some of the best conversations happen on the toilet. I'm trying to let y'all know.
Oh my gosh. She said, I want to keep my booty comfortable.
It's too late for that. He's already seen it. The damage has been done.
Oh my gosh.
Like what is the? I don't get it. It's already been done, girl. Just let it happen.
Oh my
Let it
gosh,
happen.
man.
My man, my man
Oh,
absolutely has to be comfortable with me having my natural body situations going on. Okay. Because sometimes
okay.
I just be wanting to talk while I'm on the toilet. It's lonely in there.
That's the
By
that's the
yourself,
best
it gets
time to just
lonely.
get some peace and quiet is when you're in the bathroom.
No. All right, we can talk about the finances while I'm sitting on the toilet. We can talk about your dreams, babe. Like, what you want to talk about? How
I'm
was your
dreaming of
day?
getting all I'm
How
dreaming
was
about right
work?
now is getting this out of me. That's what I'm dreaming about.
Nah, because it has to be a safe environment for it to flow. See, that's the problem. That's why you got to cut the water on and you doing all these acrobatics. Just
I
nice.
feel like talking while doing that is an acrobatic in itself. And you trying to do all of that. Can you wait till you come out and it don't smell like what it smell like?
Oh,
I
boy.
can't Jennifer, I can't sit there and my man staring at me while I'm making poop straining face. Exactly.
Jennifer, those might be the best. Those might be some cute faces. You just don't even know. You're missing out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not good. My man said I needed this laugh. uh the Janelle Live. Only when mandatory do my husband and I expose ourselves to each other's private toilet time. Just
Oh,
like I don't do my monthly business in front of him, some things are personal, even in marriage. That's a very
oh.
that's a good point. Some things, yeah. You still your own person. You still need some time to go to the
Somebody had to say it. Because he in there fighting aliens and demons and everything else. Like, what? No wonder you don't want Ed in there.
Oh my
Babe, you can't
goodness.
see me like this. Don't do it.
Oh
Girl,
man.
don't do it, girl.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm fine. Thank you. My wife. Give me toilet paper, not me running it, rolling it in there like a grenade and running. Oh my goodness.
Y'all
Oh
are
my goodness.
hilarious.
This is not a Febreze
Listen,
commercial. Right.
this is a poopery commercial.
Poopery commercial. That's good.
All right, what did I learn? What did we
Right.
learn from this? Nothing. Nothing. We've learned
We
nothing.
ain't learned nothing from this. We
But I
learned that
hope you guys
everybody,
got a good laugh.
all we learned was that everybody is different.
Yeah.
There ain't no right or wrong way when it comes to it in your relationship. Listen, I don't poo in front of my lady. Some of y'all might do it, and y'all might want to do the straining faces and all that other stuff. By all means, we don't judge here. It's a safe, judgment-free zone.
Cut the water
As
on,
for me and my house, we don't do that.
cut your water on, cut your radio on your phone, whatever you got to do to try to act like you're not in there doing what we already know you're in there doing. But it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We want to thank y'all so much for rocking with us. I know it got a little crazy at the end. Got a little crazy.
Hey, you never know what you're gonna get over here.
Full circle. We gotta keep you on your toes. If you're new here, like always, go ahead. If you enjoy something we talked about, not the cuss words, because that ain't even us, but everything else, if you enjoy everything we talked about, go ahead and click that like or subscribe button. We'd love to have you join the family here on the Tim and Town Talks, the Back Pew podcast. We got a couple more comments come through. Let's get through those because we ain't gonna leave y'all lingering. Everybody has their preferences.
Very true.
I'm new. This is awesome. I'm glad you joined.
Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you.
Jennifer, what time is it where you are? Why are you going to bed?
She probably on the East Coast. Good night, Jennifer. Have a blessed night. If you're on the East Coast, if you're on the West Coast, good night too.
Yeah. All right, Tim. What are your final thoughts for tonight?
Cheesecake Factory dates are still dope. I don't care what anybody says. Now, you could, at the very least, she could have got some cheesecake from the front. The front is so beautiful and picturesque. You can't really go wrong. So Cheesecake Factories, to me, are not above what it should be. That teacher should be fired for trying to encourage LGBTQ without their parents' consent, without that being the primary role, which should be the conversation at home. Can a woman over order on a date? Yes. My opinion is yes. Can 50-50 build up men? Yes, it can, as long as it's agreed upon. It all depends on your household, your partner, and how things work. There is no right or wrong, but we know that that can be a very controversial topic based on things. One thing I will say is that we as a black culture, because our culture is lagging in different compared to other cultures, we are the only ones primarily talking about this 50-50 game. Other cultures aren't talking about it. So that's my takeaway is let's be smart like that. Last but not least, do you poo in front of your lady? No. No, I don't. Simple as that. Next, what you got, sis?
Missing out. Yeah, if you don't poo in front of your partner, you see how those P's just align? Call it what you want. I call it alignment. I call it purpose-driven relationships where you're pooing, you're releasing and talking, you're sharing. Okay, I ain't gonna get too deep because it was weird. All right, so cheese factory dates. I see nothing wrong with it. Here's the thing. If you have a problem with where somebody's taking you out on a date, why just ask them before you get in the car or before you're meeting. Generally, you're going to know this information prior to, and she probably would have known this information had she had not been an hour late. Okay, so this situation is on her. I do not agree with her whatsoever. And if anybody wants to invite me to the cheesecake, they'll get some jambalaya, some egg rolls, some of the Oreo cheesecake. Don't slide in my DMs because I don't check those. Just go ahead and leave a comment. Like, leave a comment, and I see all my comments. All right, kids trapped in the closet. This is a bigger conversation around what's being taught to our kids. Obviously, getting very serious when it comes to the next generation. I feel like we as parents, we as adults, we need to be a little bit more vigilant around what's going on in the education system. I think often we trust in our education system too much that we allow our kids to be exposed to things they probably shouldn't be exposed to. Just like with anything, social media, if you're not fully engaged with what your kids are indulging in, whether it be social media, whether it be education, friends, whatever, things happen and they fall through the cracks. So when it comes to our education system, I think we need to be a little bit more vigilant around going to these PTA meetings, around going to the schools, around being involved in what's happening, and making sure that we have a voice, have a say as to what our kids are being exposed to. And can a woman over order on a date? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a guy, right? But
Such a cop out.
Women don't.
She copped out on that question.
Listen, because I've spent $500 on a meal before. Okay, let me be honest. Okay, but y'all are not me. I'm me. Y'all are not me. I'm me. So when it comes to like over ordering, it really depends on the environment of your circle and who you're with, right? Don't take somebody that you know is on a budget or who just wants to get to know you and you in there ordering 5 entrees for your kids, your auntie, your ex-husband, and Lil Rico up the street. Like, just don't do that. Like, it's just not okay. It's inappropriate, women, and no real man is going to take you serious. Or if he does, like, is that the kind of guy you really want to be talking to? Right? Okay. Boo boo fool. Okay, so I can't take ownership because I've never done that, Tim. The fact that you paid for somebody's child meal, beyond me. It's beyond me. Okay. All right. Next subject. Poo. We're back to the poo. We got to end it on the poo. Y'all, come here. Get close. It's okay to poot and poo in front of your partner. Okay. They're not going to die. They might talk about your booty. You might stink. But it's okay. They'll get over it. Because guess what? You poot and poo too. And it's as simple as that. All right. You can scoot back now. All right. All right.
On that note, y'all.
Wait, why we got comments all the way down?
No. Okay. All right. So we got my boy Peter. He was talking when we were talking about the fourth grade teacher. Plus, you can put kids who don't want to be outed or aren't sure about their feelings or expose them to bullying. That's not fair. Good point. Good point. It depends. Absolutely. Yep. Very true. And truth be told, he should have been able to see she was about that life well before the restaurant. That's a good point too. Very point. He should have known that. I mean, but it is what it is. You know, he put himself in that position to even deal with a woman like that, and it's the end result. So now she about to have F-boys coming at her from here on out. So wish her the best. All right. Well, on that note, y'all, we thank y'all so much for joining us here at Tim and Tam Talks, the Back Pew Conversations. I'm your co-host, Tim Nicholas.
And I'm Tam.
We thank you so much for being here tonight. We will join us next week. We will be back Tuesday, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, here at the Back Pew Conversations. Make sure that you please subscribe, follow us, like, and we will be back next Tuesday. Be blessed, y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.
My wife and I first started dating. She bought me some flowers.
She romanced you.
She romanced me.
Got it.
Is it weird to you? I mean, I'm still kind of trying to get comfortable with it.
Did she hold the door for you?
Yo, no, we're not.
I could see a pedicure.
Would you?
Depends on his feet.
That could be Mara's feet, and you can do it.
No way, you about to be cutting up my hands.
Yo, what's going on? This is
The Tim and Tam talk. All right, look, bring it home. Let's get into this.
We're gonna have a lot of great conversations.